I got out on the other side of the distillery, you could see the smoke coming across.
There's
It
like
was just
4 or 5
a
push-up
hole
poles.
From there all the way to town, and you could see it west
They're
too.
burning
Damn.
everywhere.
Where? Who's doing it, the core?
No, push-up piles and everything. Farmers are doing a lot of it. Well, we might as well call this meeting to order.
Y'all ready to pray?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Lord, we're truly thankful for your goodness, Lord, and for the chance that we can be here. Lord, tonight we just pray, God, Lord, for your mind, your thoughts, Lord. I just pray, God, you would bless, Lord, this meeting. I just pray, God, that, Lord, you would just help us to make choices, Lord, and decisions based on you, and we thank you for it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I got all my paperwork.
You got your.
I read the minutes from this week. You got a copy of it?
You should
I've got
have all
this.
that.
This is it? The bids?
No,
No, you
I
should
did,
have.
didn't I
Yeah,
give you
shouldn't I?
another packet? I am so sorry. I thought I handed one over there.
There we
I was
go.
cutting a cake, that's why I got distracted.
Yeah.
Sorry, priority, huh?
See, let's see, old business.
Okay, ISO is on there, so I didn't have anything for that, but Rich just sent me this thing he got. And it says, good morning, chief, attached is a copy of your community report, which will provide you with more details on your current survey, along with a copy of fire suppression rating schedule for your use in developing a plan of improvements. I can advise that your department lost points in the following sections. Hang on, I gotta
Got it, Donnie.
zoom it out.
I'm here.
So credit for engine companies, I don't know, that went from 5.46 points to 4.66 points. The credit for ladder service went from 1.44 points to 0.58. Deployment analysis went from 7.78 to 5.41. Personnel went from 1.94 to 1.69. Training was from a 1.4 to 1.15. Water supply, went from a 26.62 to an 18.64. Inspection and flow testing went from a 5.4 to a 2.4. Your biggest drop was in water capability. Your previous survey had a basic fire flow need of 21,700 gallons per minute, and you supplied 19,300, while your current survey has a basic fire flow need of 23.5, and you can supply 14.6. I have set a date of April 15th for receipt of your plan of improvements. Should you have any further questions, please reach out. Sorry, I got this while I was sitting here, so I don't have a copy for you all, but I can get that. So it sounds like on April 5th, he's got to have a plan of improvements by April 5th.
What is the ISO rating now? 5?
It was a 5, and I think it's gonna go to a 6. So,
It was a 4, wasn't it?
so,
Yeah, pretty damn, well,
yeah, I think it was a 4, and then it slipped to a 5.
yeah.
What does that mean, a plan of improvement? What,
So he's gonna
as
have to have
as opposed to the budget?
as opposed to how he's gonna improve these things as far as credit for ladder service, we lost almost a full point there, from last year. The water supply went from 26 to an 18, so we lost quite a few points on that.
Yeah.
So there's several things here, that he's gonna have to address on how we're gonna get these back up.
Right.
So that would be the plan of improvements.
So,
How are they losing water supply?
You're asking the wrong person.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Pipes are all the same, the 10-inch pipe out there, main.
Yeah, everything.
yeah, cause everything was, tested here, when we put it in and then a little bit afterwards, or when we tried for our ISO.
Okay, cause it says, so it says your prior survey had a basic fire flow need of 21,700 and you supplied 19.3. Does that mean it's only going 19.3 when you're doing that hose testing or pump testing or something? I don't know.
I don't know, I ain't never done it.
Yeah.
It's at 19.3 and it was what?
They need 21.7 and we can only supply 19.3. The current survey says we have a need of 23.5 and we can only supply 14.6.
So they need 2,400 gallon a minute.
We need quite a bit more.
Yeah,
Well, from 14,000 to 23,000, need
Oh,
9,000
I put
gallons.
19,000,
yeah.
it was 14,000.
Well, that was based on last time, the last
Oh,
one, now the
okay.
current one.
That's a lot of water.
Can't remember if they do that every year or every 3 or 4 years. ISO rating.
The last one we did, I was still there for,
Oh,
so that would have been in 19 or 20,
yeah,
and this would be 23 or 4,
3
so,
I think it's 3 years.
okay, so 4, 5. Okay,
So, yeah, he's got a lot of room for improvement there.
so what's the deal about the ladders?
I don't know what the specification is to where we fell.
About what, Tony?
About the ladders, cause normally we just have the ladders and they asked us how many we had and everything, and normally they would take care of it. Evidently we're losing either, we
Yeah.
lost,
Yeah.
well, we lost one truck.
Well, it says credit for ladder service was at 1.44, and now we're at 0.58. And then your credit for the engine companies is a 5.46, when we went down to a 4.66. So,
So this has to be done by when, April
April 5th.
5th?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that election day?
Might be, I'm not
Second.
sure.
Pretty close to it.
Yeah, second,
It was close to it, all right.
yeah. Second of every month, or every April.
So I guess that's it for the ISO.
So I assume Rich knows what he has to get done before April.
He's the one that sent me the text.
Yeah,
Oh, he knows.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
He said he tried to get it printed off and he couldn't get it printed off, so,
yeah, he had all this printed off,
the bid specs.
this stuff here.
You all need to stay on his butt for that. That's gonna affect everybody.
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna improve it, don't think they got to do something with the fire hydrant?
Something's wrong somewhere.
It's because
The
of
supply hydrant, the hydrant hasn't changed, shouldn't have.
Yeah, so it has to do something, either something with the truck,
I think it's something with the pump in the
The
truck.
pump,
with the
yeah.
truck.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense
Well,
to me.
yeah, well, that's what they have to do, they test the hoses and everything, they have to pump the trucks to get your ISO.
So it probably has, the pump probably getting weak.
Might be.
Could be, yeah. That's something we should
And-
definitely look at, right?
I guess we can't do nothing with that. Till
No, cause I put it on there just so we could get an update, number one, to make sure somebody turned in a thing, you know, cause he was supposed to send a letter to them and say, hey, we want your assistance, you know, with this. So,
Apparently he did.
apparently he
Somebody
did, so yeah,
Or the
so
mayor did.
we have this.
Now we go to the secretary report.
So I have the minutes of the January 16th meeting. So I just need you to review and we can approve those. Unless you find changes, and I'll make changes. And we can do a motion based on those changes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Everybody say aye.
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 Okay, I got information on the bond. It's a public dishonesty coverage is what it is. So I don't know what amount you would wanna go for. We currently right now have $200 and some thousand in our account. 294,000 actually. I don't know if you wanna go with a 50,000, a 75,000, or 100,000. The rates on those are next to that at 238, 294, and 329 respectively. And if you wanna hold on it, we can. It's
How
kind
long
of
can we hold on it till
I don't know. You know,
that's gonna go in by April?
it doesn't have to go in by April, I mean, we're not a deadline on that one, because we didn't have anything, we wanted to get it as our group, you know, we had some with the city, but I don't know what all theirs covers. And then, you know, we've also got an insurance we were getting with them too.
Right.
And that is attached to the back of yours, I just got that today and got it printed out. And so the quotes on it are kind of high, and I have not had a chance to look at it at all. But the cost on it, it's for a public officials management is at $1 million limit. Policy aggregate is 100 million. Non-monetary coverage is 50,000. Crisis management's 25,000. Our fee would be $1,795 for a year.
And that's for how much?
That's the insurance policy. It's a public officials, management, and employment practices liability. I would personally like to get a little more information on what this works, what this does, what it covers, before we did anything with that personally. Like I said, I just got it today, if that's okay. And then as far as the bond, that's kind of up to you, if you wanna wait and do them both together.
Yeah,
We can do that.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to wait for both of them.
Second.
Okay,
second.
Everybody agree?
Aye.
okay, I have also given you a copy of the contract that was done way back in 2002, that was never actually signed off on. That's kinda how we've done things in the past. I also gave you a copy of the contract that was done in 2021, which is much more vague than the one in 2002. I gave those to you so you guys can kinda review those. And maybe by the next meeting, or even between now and then, if you see something that you like or dislike, or you want me to, what I was gonna do is just type up the one, cause I don't have this on the system anywhere. Type up the one we did back from 2002 and kinda go through it and see what I thought, but if you guys have thoughts or something you want me to include between now and the next meeting, shoot me an email or text or something, and we can go, I'll get those drafted in, so we could have a kind of a draft for the next meeting, for the March meeting.
Anybody make a motion?
I mean, I can see something, if, whatever, on this, effective fire district tax approval, whatever percent you figure out, you wanna put that in
John, you got your signature on
there. Yeah, I know. I was here. But yeah, other than that, I think it's, yeah, just one thing, just glancing right now, that's all.
Yeah, so you might look through it, I have not had a chance to look through it, I've seen
Yeah.
it 20 times, but,
Well, it's just one thing I see wrong.
it's a lot more detailed than the one
there's
they
a
did in
lot to it.
2021.
Yeah,
You know, I think something like that would probably be more beneficial for us.
yeah.
You don't wanna tie yourselves down too tight, but at the same time, we make sure it's both for both parties, you know, good for both parties.
What is error and admission insurance?
Errors and omissions, that's one of these that we're looking at, yes.
Alright.
That's the one that's the 1,700 a year, I believe.
Yeah, so we look over,
Okay, so I'm just gonna put in here that we pass those out and the board will review them and we'll try to have a draft of one for a potential approval at the next meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the secretary's report.
Treasury report?
Okay, treasurer's report in your packet, pass the contracts. First page, this is where we're at right now, this is the money we've spent so far. We have a balance of $294,653.38. And in that packet a little further down, well, there should be a copy of the bank statement. The bank statement, okay, so I balanced it back, the bank statement back to where it was then. There's some outstanding checks that they haven't gotten, and there's the 2 deposits that they don't have in there yet. So that's the difference between
So
those.
it's our balance, 269,
294, 653.38.
294.
Yep, flip to the front of that.
What about?
I balanced back to,
Up to the, yeah.
yeah, cause that was the January 9th, that's the last statement I had.
And the city still roughly owes us 500?
Yeah.
For something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, I have a list of bills payable, which we received a bill for MFA for propane at the station for $464.98. The Rawls County bill and the water bill, we still have credits on. The phone bill for out there is $82.88, so it's current. And then, let's see. A&S printing, I think I paid that last time. I'm pretty sure I did, that should not be on there, I don't think. Yeah, A&S printing should not be on there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we make a motion for you to pay these bills without our,
Yes, but I just got the bills and it's the beginning of the month. This was in case, I wanna run everything through y'all, but in case our meeting gets pushed back, I still
Okay.
have the authority to pay them.
I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure, I
mhm.
thought we did, but,
But like I said, but the MFA is something that's not normal, it's not every month.
right.
But REC and the water bill are, like I said, they've got credits on them. And the A&S printing is not. So, and then there's my fee for December, which was $500,
The tank must have been.
or January, that should be
Close to
January.
empty out there.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Okay,
Second.
Everybody agree?
Uh,
Ralph, you agree, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then on the very back of that is where we're at in our budget for this year. So far, and if you notice, the balance at the end of the budget matches the balance on the very first page. So everything equals and ties together.
Good job.
So I just need you to approve the treasurer's report.
I like seeing the membership coming up. I like seeing the membership coming up.
And the memberships, okay, so they were due in by January 15th, so I'm figuring I'm still getting some trickling in, so towards the end of the month, I'll work it out with A&S printing when they've got a slower day maybe. And I'm gonna run another batch of those that have not paid.
Yeah,
So-
I know of one who stopped me today, he's gonna bring it in, drop it in, like
Okay.
in this mailbox.
Yeah, that's fine. So I think, yeah, we had a treasurer's report we need to approve.
I make a motion to approve treasurer's report.
Second.
Alright.
Alright.
Everybody?
Yep. You good?
Yes.
Turn your hearing
Yes.
aid up on me.
I'm adjusting.
Turn that hearing aid
Are
up a
you
little
coming
bit,
in,
Ralph.
Ralph?
Speak up, speak up.
Sorry.
Picking up Tokyo or what?
I think that's all I have.
Got any new business?
We have bid specs here. Rich left these for us.
That's your-
These items were approved to the budget, and I think we told him last time that we needed to have bid specs, they need to be approved by us. And then I will send them out, and then they should be back in, he's got here before March 5th, before noon.
Before we get on to that,
Yes,
did he, and the mayor address that letter we were talking about last meeting?
that's where this ISO letter came from as a follow-up to that.
Okay,
Yep.
so they did address it.
I would seem to me that they must have, or we wouldn't have gotten that, because they're giving him to April 5th to get a plan of improvement. So, it seems to me that he must have.
All right.
Well, with Rich not here, I guess that would be old business. Did anybody know if they decided anything on them tires? Or rescue, maybe? Rescue, wasn't it?
I ain't
Oh,
no
we just
mention
did
of
those. Or was that?
They told him to run through the city.
Yeah.
They wanted tires at the
Yeah,
last
We had to
meeting.
run through the city.
They wanted tires and wanted boots.
I thought we
Yeah,
just put
I heard
tires
that
on
part.
them.
That was on the brush truck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We told them to go to the city, it's their truck.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know the status of that. I can't get into anything.
Alright,
Boots
we'll
is
bring
boots
it up on
are
old
us.
business on next meeting. I think.
Yeah.
Boots are doing-
Well, wasn't he going to that meeting to address them about the tires?
I thought so, but
Those two,
And what happened there?
we don't know.
I don't know, I didn't go to the meeting. I stay away from council meetings.
So, okay, now these three, they have to go up for bids. What about,
These-
we don't know about the tires?
They were gonna run those to the city side.
Right.
These are included in the CapEx budget for rural.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he left these here for us. So basically, I have sent him a text after I got these and said, hey, I just need a list of vendors, you want me to send each one of these to? And then I will send them out to them,
Okay,
with sheets to send back. And then, he wants them in before March 5th, so,
all right,
yep.
We don't take care of maintenance
So
on
then
the
we should be
trucks.
able to
Speaking of-
address them.
We don't take care of maintenance on the trucks.
right,
They're not our
Let's
trucks
hope
no
not. Not yet, anyway.
more.
So I guess I need a motion to go out for bids,
Motion to go out.
to
for
pursue,
bids.
yeah, to approve these bid specs so that I can send them out for bid.
Now, they have to have 3 bids, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's why I need a list of vendors for him to
Yeah.
send me so I can know where to send them to.
I second
And
Tony's.
I say we need to do them separately.
Oh,
So the first one is gonna be for the, coats and pants. So we're gonna approve the bid specs for the coats and pants.
Second.
Oh, I need a motion
no
first.
motion.
Motion.
You motion, okay.
Well, my motion didn't
Yeah,
carry.
you did it too, but you did it for all of them. Aye.
Right.
Okay, and then one for the 20 pair of boots.
I motion we do that.
Second. Aye.
Ralph, did you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the last one would be
I
for
wanna
the,
make sure we get our eyes.
I got 2 of
Yes,
these. I'll make
yes,
that one.
boots, yes.
and then the next one would be for
Suspenders.
the 3 sets of Wildland coats and pant suspenders.
I'll make a motion.
There you go.
Right.
I'll second.
Yeah, second, I go with.
Aye.
Yeah, aye.
Okay, 3 of them, right?
Yes, so there's 3 of those, so I will get those ready to roll as soon as I get his vendors.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Rick, Love,
Love, Love.
LOVE.
You've been here before, I just couldn't remember your name.
Alright.
That's all we have.
Do you know if they got a flag put up out there at the substation yet?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
That needs to be still addressed.
Is that, you want meeting that done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Tony went out there last month and it was raggedy, bad.
Okay.
Rich said he was gonna get one and get it.
What's Spurs?
Clark.
You know?
They've got them up at
Anything
City
about
Hall.
what's burning
They
up
used to.
there this weekend?
Oh, say this, what was, we supposed to get any more money this month?
No, we're supposed to sit down with John and Tammy,
Okay.
or Tamitha, and go through things.
Well, we got 50%
So-
now.
Which we didn't do, and then Gary ended up in the hospital, so we were kinda hanging on to see, I guess, higher.
Well, if you get, if you do get a chance to do it or something, and you want me to set in, I can.
Okay. Alright. I guess I can get with Melissa and see if she'd be willing to,
Okay,
you know.
it's fine.
But I know they have a guy there that's doing a cash accounting, and I think he's supposed to have something prepared by a second meeting in February, maybe? February 22nd, I think.
Yeah.
And so, they maybe, I was kinda waiting to see where that went too, to see, but I will follow up with Melissa.
I'd say we just tell them we'll take the 150,000 that they didn't realize they had.
Okay.
Plus what else?
Yeah,
Let's see.
plus.
Let's, and see if, okay, so I will, go with Melissa and see if we can get that addressed,
Okay,
see what her thoughts on it.
just give me a text or
Okay.
whatever. Or a call.
Do you wanna see if they need any, if they have any?
Y'all have anything you wanna bring up or anything?
No.
No?
I got a couple questions.
Okay.
Have we done anything with the lawyer that we hired some odd time ago?
That way you did what?
Didn't we hire a lawyer some time ago? So that,
Never hired him.
never hired him.
We've got him on
Talk
standby,
to
I mean,
him.
we've got, you know, if we need him, he's there, so if we come across something, then we can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's
you
not
know,
actually.
we've
on the thing
communicated
yet.
with him, so.
Like what you have in tape.
Okay.
And then, there was something else. I can think of it now.
Alright, thank you. Anything else? No?
Anything?
Okay. Well, I'd say we.
We still on old business? We also talked about 2 people that's supposed to be helping him out. And we asked him to ask them to attend meetings,
Yeah,
whatever became of that.
Well, they're not here,
you're not here,
I
and
know.
he's not here.
Are you gonna type up everything that he gave to you that's good for his improvements?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that to my printer at home and print it out, yeah.
So we
And,
can each have a copy,
Yep, we can do that.
great. So we don't know
For the
about,
ISO?
but we do know these
Yeah.
people are still, correct me if I'm wrong, they're still getting some kind of payment from this, right?
To my knowledge, they were, when I was at the city, yes, they got
Yeah,
a stipend.
But they're
pretty much
not
whatever
here at
it
meetings,
was.
okay, that's all I wanted to clarify.
Who paid for that?
Hmm?
Who paid for that?
City,
Okay.
it's part of their payroll, so
Okay.
all the payroll runs to the city. See, the only thing is, with them being city employees, it's difficult for the rural fire board to mandate that they come
Yeah,
to this meeting,
Yeah.
is the thing.
Well, if they're back, I would personally not adjourn yet until Rich gets in here. So we can just go ahead and ask those questions
If
now.
if he decides to run.
Do you guys want cake? You have cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to, but I can't eat none.
Whoa, okay.
I did that good.
Wife's not here.
Well, I guess I'll just eat from both of us.
So you just keep on going, I've got more here.
Appreciate it though.
Yeah, I was kinda curious about that too, if we told them that they needed to be here. We just said that the two officers and the secretary.
right.
Were supposed to be here.
They're probably, I don't know, can and go.
See, that's it too, they could be on the call.
Well, they're pulling back in
Yeah.
there.
How's it work?
Right.
Oh, these meetings, are the notes, like community note, like, like the recordings that you take,
Hmm?
are they community?
I think, I mean, yeah, they're public.
Public,
Mhm.
public.
Yeah, they're public,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
and anybody can show up.
Where do you publish those?
Huh?
Where do you put those?
In my folder.
Okay.
But if somebody would want one, I'm more than willing
Give
to
'em a
email you
copy.
a copy or, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
no, not a problem.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all public knowledge.
Mhm.
Open meeting.
Yeah, you can come up here anytime you want. And if we have to settle something out, we'll get out and go do it and come back.
So while we're waiting here, has anybody thought more about this tax deal?
About going to a tax base.
Yeah.
I personally would like it.
That needs to be done.
Hey, isn't that how Palmyra has what they have?
Yeah,
So,
plus too, the, Cyan had always helped them out too.
Gotcha.
In the past, but not now, cause Cyan had started their own fire department. And they pay people to be there 24/7,
Gotcha.
around the clock.
Uh-huh.
And, they did away with, they still, rely on Palmyra for in case they need extra help or extra manpower, but. Yeah, they used to rely on, they used to get all their extra bunker gear and stuff and everything, hose, all they had to do is ask for it. But they don't do it
They
now.
don't have to do that now because they,
You got
hey, I
to,
want a new truck, they go get the new truck.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people in the country will actually pay less than what they are now to go to the tax base.
It'd be a lot cheaper for me to.
Yeah.
But they won't understand that unless somebody
You
explains.
gotta
Right.
get, PR is gonna be the name.
That's where the, lawyer is gonna come into play,
Yeah.
I'd say pretty heavy, cause I think we're probably gonna work with him on that portion of it. He's done that for many other districts.
Explain that.
Yeah, people see tax and they automatically assume it's gonna be more.
they freeze up.
Yeah.
I don't blame
Well,
them.
see, at one time, the city was gonna give us a check for the amount they were gonna give over here to Paris when we'd take it over. So they wouldn't have to worry about it, but give us a check, and then grandfather saw this, and we'd have all this, but that's another thing. We have to go through to the lawyer and get all that wrote up and.
Mhm. And that's kinda what that contract, you know.
Right.
April, we got new blood in there, so that'll help.
Hello, hello.
How are you? Good. You're under the gun.
Always.
We
No,
got a
you're
list
not.
that long.
Okay.
That long? All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and Matt, okay. Hey guys, you want some cake?
Ask him your question first. Let him get comfy first. Then you can ask him your question first.
Question.
Oh, about the letter, yeah. the letter from last go around that you never got, but
Yeah, I never did receive it. Still have not received a letter from ISO. And I contacted,
well,
I
didn't you
contacted,
get a copy from Gary?
mhm.
And
Somehow,
yeah, well, he handed it to you at the table, I believe, didn't he?
but that's not my letter. Mine would be to the
Or did
chief.
you answer the letter? That's the
I
question.
was taking care of the, yeah, I gave that to Jackie.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Whatever we did.
I couldn't get it to print, so, and I
Yeah.
tried it
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I was gonna have it for you all, and then I was gonna put it up here, and then.
Yeah.
Our
people
question
went off,
was,
so.
one of the questions, the water supply, how do you get more water? Is it the truck
Yeah,
or is it the
how'd you-
main?
Yeah, I seen that too. And I don't,
Cause the
I'm
main
gonna have
didn't
to ask
change.
George that, because,
Yeah,
see, they took, now this year, what they did was, usually they just put the meter on one hydrant, and they test one hydrant. Well, this year, they tested the one hydrant, but then they went down to the next hydrant and they tested both of them at the same time.
Oh, and that pulled them.
On the same main?
With that,
Yeah, how?
yes. So that's what they did.
You gotta go on a different
Didn't they
main.
double them?
so,
I don't think Robert
Yeah.
signed
yeah,
that.
that won't work.
yeah.
If you're on the same loop,
And he gave him the tools to use and everything. He had them in his car and all that. And that's how they come up with that
So
number
that pulled
from,
the supply down.
from the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like hooking engine and rescue to the same main. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay, that answered that question.
yeah,
For you too.
So what about the credit for the engine companies?
yeah.
The what now?
So the first one was credit for engine companies, and I went from a 5.46 down to a 4.66.
Yeah. I just got all this too.
Okay, so you haven't really
I
had
haven't
much
even
time to go
knew.
through anything,
No,
okay.
I got a hold of the ISO guy that came here and asked him. I said, "Hey," I said, "I have never received my letter, and was wondering where it is." And he says, "Oh," he says, "I've got," he says, "Let me get a hold of," and it was Ann something or whatever. But he texted me and
And that's what they send you there?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So did the mayor?
He said Chief Cindy is working on the regression. She sent out information this morning. You might want to check spam or junk folder. And that was at 1:48 yesterday.
Did the mayor get a copy of it either?
No, I asked her.
Wow.
I said, "Well, did you ever get a copy of it?" Nope.
Okay, second thing I remember is, did you talk to your officers and your secretary about coming to meetings?
Yes.
And?
One of my officers is here. My other officer he's got kids, so
Right.
his wife works at the ambulance, so he will be, he was not able to make this, he's just gotta watch the kids.
Okay, what about your assistant chief?
Assistant chief's he's driving a semi,
Okay.
so,
Is he on the
not-
road?
He's not in
Oh,
town.
I didn't know he was
Yeah.
on the road, alright.
Who's your
but he's at home at night. He's
Oh.
usually at home at night,
Okay,
but, yeah,
alright.
Okay.
yeah.
What about your secretary?
Secretary, I have not had a chance to talk to yet.
Okay. But personally, in my opinion, your secretary definitely needs to be here, because he probably knows more of the ins and outs of what
Yeah,
goes on in the office.
Right.
oh, yeah, yeah.
No offense to you guys.
No,
I mean,
but, yeah, you're right, he does.
did you get a flag put up out there? Substation?
Wait, not.
Well,
I forgot all, dude, I'm telling you what.
There's one right there. One right
And
there.
I would've sent Clark home with it yesterday.
oh,
And,
Jackie
Just a
said
little
Jackie said they're up there at City Hall. You know.
yeah, they're at City Hall, I'll go out and get one.
No,
I will take care of that, Robbie, this week.
thank you.
I
Next
just
question.
plain forgot.
How the hell's your blood pressure?
It's there.
Is it going down?
It is what it is.
Alright. I'll take
I'm
it.
gonna go, I'm
Take care of
going to a
yourself.
doctor and he's got me on this and that and it just isn't working. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna go to a specialist.
Did you ever have him try to get you into Valley?
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
And see, I've been to Valak once
Yeah.
and Valak says, well, it's not your pressure, they'd used the wrong cuff. And I was like, well, that's good news.
Yeah.
But then when I went back, it was, we're gonna put you on more,
Huh,
and we did.
yeah, that's who I got.
So I wanna go back, I wanna go to Valley and get
Yeah.
him to check me out and everything like that, but yeah.
Well, I hope I ain't overstepping my bounds, but you all don't know this, his blood pressure's been boom,
Oh, they know.
so you all can take the pressure off of that.
Or
I'm
give
sure you
him
try,
more.
but I mean,
Yeah, they know. And they do, they do a heck of a job for me. I'm just, it's kinda like you, I probably ought to ask more than what I do. And, but I don't.
you're only one person, can't do it all.
Yeah.
You got anything for us,
No,
other than,
other than I just wanted you to see the
And-
bid specs or whatever, so that we can, yeah.
and she needs, places to
vendors.
send it to.
who what?
The vendors, I need the vendors that you want me to send them to.
Yeah, now,
You can just text me that information or whatever, or take a picture
Yeah.
of a business card or something.
how do you
know.
do that when, like, cause some of these, you have, when we went out for Scott Air Packs,
Mhm.
you have, this guy runs this district, like they're in this region, and they take care of all of this region for Scott Air Packs.
Mhm.
So that's who you deal with. Like Banner's the one that I usually deal with on, he's the one I dealt with on the Globe. And he's also the one I dealt with on the Rescue Wildland gear.
So typically what we would do would be, send out a generic
Got the
bid
gang
spec,
in.
Uh-huh,
that isn't brand specified.
I
And
gotcha.
then that way, you send it to
I'm-
3 different
Send it to
vendors.
different ones.
Yes.
And then that way, when it comes back,
Who's
if
this,
Scott is
JC's
the best one,
here?
and the one you want, and it's the price that's,
Mhm.
then that's where you go.
Okay.
So you'd send out more of a generic
Okay.
spec, so like I wouldn't have on
Yeah.
here Scott Air Packs, I would probably put,
Yeah.
which I may need your help getting that worded correctly, to,
Well, I'm guessing I would just, like on the 2 sets of Globe, extreme coat,
Mhm.
you would just put on there 2 sets of structural firefighting coat, or what, that's what I would,
so Globe GX Stream is a specific brand.
yes. And that's what everybody has,
So it'd be 2 sets of a firefighting coat and armor, built to Monroe City specs.
yes,
I can take out the AP, Caldera, Elite, Crosstech,
and I can,
and then they can contact you, for if they need more information and
Mhm.
use your cell,
yes,
and you want them delivered back here, to the East Summer Street address,
yeah, 135.
not our PO box.
No,
You're, okay,
yeah,
okay. And then, March 5th, when, is that our next meeting?
it is.
Okay,
That
so
was the
have them by
first-
noon that day, is that
Yep,
gonna give
that
you
was the
enough
first-
time?
First Tuesday of the month, and that's
Okay.
what I was,
Is that gonna give you enough time to go through the bids, review them,
well,
and make
that's-
sure they're what you want? And time to call the vendors that quoted for any additional questions?
Yeah, well, I pretty much, on all these, we pretty much have, kind of what we want, but we know what we're looking for. It won't take us long to figure that out if they can get the bid specs back to us that quick. Is that gonna be enough time for us to get,
Well, I can have these bid specs out by Friday, provided you give me the 3 vendors.
okay,
And that will, and if they've got email addresses, I can email them, give me that, and I'll
Uh-huh.
email them to them. So if you can get those, I mean, the quicker I can get to them, I can get them out, the quicker they can get them back.
Right.
So we could technically have them back by March 4th at noon. That'll give you all of March 4th and all of most of March 5th to do any recalls.
okay.
Or we could go the 1st of March, Friday the 1st, it's whatever you wanna do.
It doesn't matter to me.
But we really need to have them, and honestly, we probably need to, with the mail system, we probably need to have them emailed back to you,
Mm-hmm,
not mailed.
Yeah, we don't have that
probably a good
yeah.
idea,
Go to
Okay.
St.
That'd be
Louis,
quicker.
and come back here.
yeah.
I would say you do it the first.
Okay, so that way they'll be due to
Well,
Rich
you got
by
all week to look
email
at 'em
by March 1st. And that way you've got plenty of time to look at them
You
before
got
our
plenty of
meeting
time,
and
yeah.
get any other information you need.
and I got one more question on that.
Mhm.
You got 20 pairs of fire bar boots, and I just counted, you got 18.
I got 18 guys.
So if you hire 2 more, you have no more spare boots or nothing. If they, the right size.
We don't even
That's
have,
the next question.
right now, we don't have room for anybody else.
Okay. So if you have one quit, you got an extra, 3 extra pair of boots.
Yes.
So how do you determine the size of those 3 extra pair, 2 extra pair, I guess?
They come in and, I mean, they'll have to come in and they'll have to, they will
Has to be-
specify them to the people.
That'd be sized and.
But if you
Yeah,
order
we-
20 sets and you only have 18 people on hand, what size do you use as other two?
They would come in and they would measure each person.
So they wouldn't, we wouldn't have
So-
to get all
So
8,
you
all
don't have to
20
get
at
20
once.
It's
at one
usually-
time?
No.
Okay, that was my, kind of my
It's
question.
usually,
I'm
they go
asking,
a size up, because usually these are the size up, because they're smaller than what they usually come out as, so.
So you can order 18 pair right now, and then you have, how long before you have to get the other 2? Indefinite, or what?
No, I was just thinking to have 2 extra in case, God forbid, something happened where,
Yeah, but how you know the right size?
oh, I know.
That's the question I'm asking, I don't
You
know how
know,
yet.
whoever you deal with, you should ask them, you know, to set them aside and have them come measure them
Yeah.
and get your boots that way.
Order the 18 pair that you have right now,
The guy,
and then
yeah.
tell them the 2 are on standby for a year? That sound smart enough? I
Yeah,
mean,
year or,
no, we got 2
however
that we
long
paid
you
for,
Mhm.
that we'll wait for a year, and then after a year, just
Or
order.
we can order the 18 and not have to worry about it.
yeah, until you need.
I mean, because,
Till you need.
Well,
them.
you're already in the bid spec for 20, I mean.
yeah, right now, we don't have room for anybody else.
Well, I would just order the 18 pair of the sizes you need, and then tell whoever you get to gets the bid. My personal thing is, get it in writing, of course, you know, we got 2
Yeah, I was
pair.
gonna say, 'cause that'll go up.
Yeah, they go up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's, they're paid for. We got 2 pair here in case one of them break, rip, whatever, burn up, hopefully not, but get lost, who knows?
You got
But I would
everything
put it
you
in
need.
writing that you
Check it.
have a year before then.
A year to get those.
Then if your year's up, just order 2 pair of 12s, something, I don't know what to do.
The most common.
Anybody else got anything to say?
Most common is
Or
probably size 10.
Ask him
There we go.
That's,
why he's here. Ralph, you got
Yeah.
anything? Okay.
That way your chances are better that they'll
You
actually
got any
do it.
more, or you?
No, I'm done.
Wendy,
I'm done.
you got
I'm
any
done.
more?
Lectured enough. I think you guys are doing a great job, though.
So,
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody showing up.
Okay, show your cake, boy.